I got a DTF printer, so let's talk about it. Hi, and welcome back to my craft room. My name is Kelsey. I also call myself Dinosaur Mama, and today we are going to go over my setup and my first prints using my new XTool DTF Apparel Printer. This is an at-home DTF printer, and it is a lot to learn. We set it up together with my husband, and it took us probably about an hour to get it going. And I am still trying to get all of my settings right, but I feel like I'm learning with each one. It is an amazing tool, and I am excited to go over it with you. If you are new to my channel, thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so that you can keep up with my latest crafts and freebies. And please check out my blog below for free downloads like SVG files and now PNG files too. So let's jump right into the setup. So this did come on a freight truck. It was a 400-pound package. And of course, my husband wasn't home at the time when it was delivered. And I just said he'll figure out a way to get it upstairs. We ended up having to hire someone to help us carry it up the stairs because it was that heavy. I would say the size of it is about the size of a washer or dryer, the main piece. It does come apart into different pieces. I know I'm a little zoomed in here, but it has a bunch of different boxes for you to take apart. Now, I'm not going to go through the full setup of putting it all together. It's actually quite easy to piece together. You take all of the stuff out of the main DTF printer. You can buy this part separately. Now, XTool sent me all of the pieces, meaning the DTF printer, which is this top piece that my husband is putting the ink into. They also sent me the oven, which is that big bottom piece. That's the piece that I said looked like a washer and dryer. It is the attachment that is the oven to the DTF printer. A lot of other brands don't have this kind of one-stop shop when it comes to the DTF printing world. You have to bake your DTF separate. So then that came separately. And then they also sent me the air purifying filter. So that is off to the side. And it is a very intense HEPA filter. It has 5 different layers of filtering, which is really, really nice. Inside the main box that they send you when you order your DTF printer, you are going to get the moisturizing liquid, which we already put in, which is in that light blue off to the left. And then you're going to get all of your ink colors as well in 500 milliliter bottles. These come included for your first initial setup. The moisturizing liquid and the white liquid do hold up to 1,000 milliliters. The yellow, pink, or magenta, cyan or blue, black only hold the 500 milliliter bottle. And you can see those inside of your printer and see where the level is at with that. But also on the XTool interface, it will show you what those levels are at. So this part was nice. My husband did everything because I'm not even gonna lie, my anxiety was so high that I would put the wrong color into the wrong slot. So he ended up doing these for me. They come in these nice little handy bottles. And these run for about $35 to $39 per bottle. And from what I've read online, you can get about 150 prints to 200 prints, depending on the size, with your first initial setup, with that first initial roll of DTF film. You'll also get your film and a bag of your powder. Now, the powder does go into the oven unless you're not having the oven. So it really depends on what you get. The powder, I forget what that runs for. I know they're back ordered on it right now, but that does go into your oven and it auto shakes for you. Now, if you're new to DTF printing like I was or am, it's going to get a little complicated when it comes to the white, right? Like, why do you need so much more white? White is going to go on the back of all of your prints before you get your powder to set everything on. So you have to have this nice and filled. And that's why they have it where it's a little bit bigger, like that moisturizing liquid. And the other thing that's different about this XTool DTF Apparel Printer is that it auto cleans. So everyone that I've talked to that has their own DTF printers, their biggest gripe is the maintenance. So here my husband's just going to fill up that auto powder shaker part. That's me off to the side kind of reading what we're supposed to do. But it does have this little handle and little tube, and then you just fill it up and dump it in. Now, in terms of cleaning for this part's not auto clean to my knowledge, but what the DTF printer does on top is it keeps all of your print heads moisturized. And I want to say it runs every 30 minutes. I swear I hear my machine kind of turning on. It does this little it's really low, but you can hear it. And then it keeps those print heads moisturized so that they don't get clogged. What I've heard from a lot of other crafters who have maybe the Pro Color DTF printer or the HTV ROMP one is that you have to be running it almost daily, or you have to be cleaning those print heads daily. So this is not something you'd have to really do with this XTool DTF Apparel Printer. It doesn't need that daily maintenance or daily print. Now, I really like the touchscreen on this. I'm going to enter in all of my Wi-Fi stuff. And so it goes in and it connects via Wi-Fi. You can also connect via Bluetooth. And then for the most part, it stays connected. You never turn off the DTF printer part, the top part of the machine. It stays on all the time. You can turn the oven off, and of course you can turn off your filter. So here is when we decided we were going to attempt to charge up our inks. And this was a little confusing if you're new because you need to clamp your inks. So it's going to automatically run and it's going to start filling up each one of the inks. So it's going to do white, which has 4 compartments because like I said, you're going to use a lot of white. And then it's also going to fill up the blue, the black, the magenta, and you'll see it come through the tube shortly. And then once it hits a certain place, you need to clamp down on these little clamps that are up top. I did struggle with this because of my nails. My husband ended up doing it. Like I said, he did a lot of this. Right now, it's just adjusting and making sure my film is incorrectly. It was incorrectly, actually, because I didn't realize that those 2 guards on the side of the film could move so that you can keep it nice and taut. I am still working really hard to getting my calibration proper because every time I run a calibration, it's still coming back as not reading properly, even though all of my stuff looked good. So it ran through my film, it cut it, that looked great, it worked really well. And so now we're going into the ink charging portion of it before it goes into its initial clean and calibration. So here I'm just zooming in. And like I said, I was like a little nervous about this, right? You do want the print head. There is a top to this. You do want that to be off and you want it to charge and then you're going to clamp them. So you actually do lift up the lid and clamp them manually. I have not really figured out what the purpose of the clamping is. So if anybody knows, I also have done zero research on that. So I know we had to do it. It walks you through step by step on that little screen what you need to do. So this is a very user-friendly product. Like it is not anything complicated. And both my husband and the other man who helped us bring the machine upstairs said it is solidly made. Like when they were carrying it up the stairs, they didn't hear a single thing rattle, jingle, no screws loose, nothing. It is a solid machine. So here you'll see it's just kind of starting out and it's going to charge. And then all those inks are going to go through. Now, I've only printed, I want to say 5 or 6 things since I've gotten that this week. I've only had it for less than a week now that I'm filming this. And I obviously haven't seen any dips in levels yet. So I am curious how long this is going to last me. My biggest thing right now that I'm learning are the settings. So obviously the next step is to get it to connect to my actual computer and run the XTool software on it, which is a very easy to use software in terms of this kind of machine, right? Because unless you're designing in it, I'm just uploading my images and then sizing them, maybe adjusting any settings. They have a lot of really cool tools in there to like upscale and make sure your DPI is good and all these things. But for the most part, I'm just uploading and printing. Now, my main qualm with this is really that calibration. And I talked to some other creators who have the same machine and they've also run into these issues because it's a lot of like little minute things, right? Like your paper isn't perfectly flat or, you know, it might say that it's running lines, but when you look at your prints, it doesn't look like there's lines in it. So this is something that I need to really sit down and play with more. Again, I've had this for less than a week and I've just been playing with it when I have the time. So I think it's a very cool machine. It connected to my Wi-Fi easily. It connected to my USB easily. It came with everything that I needed it to come with. So like the initial setup is easy until we hit that calibration. So here, I'm just going to move my camera down so you can see this is the calibration running. It's running just like when you run any other printer to be calibrated. It's running those lines and then you'll look at it and if there's no holes in the lines and everything looks good, it's great. Now, the thing is that I have this attached to my oven, but your calibration isn't running through your oven. And you know what? Maybe I need to feed it through the oven and then bring it down the bottom. I don't know. But the thing is that it's not feeding through where I can pull it out. So I have to go back into my DTF machine and pull it through it. And then I end up smudging the ink. And Lord help me, the amount of ink that I smudged. And then I was worried that it was all over the machine. It was on the print head. It was on the oven. So there's just, like I said, it's a lot to learn. And I'm so afraid because this isn't a cheap machine. The whole total cost for everything in it is just under $9,000. So obviously, when you're running something like this, you want to make sure you are using it properly and you're not going to damage anything. So at the end, we had calibrated it like 3 times. My husband and I both decided, like, let's just run a test print. Like, worst case scenario, the ink just doesn't look great. Like, the colors aren't awesome, or maybe it looks fine and we just are learning what calibration means. And so you'll see on my left and my right side that there are holes on my DTF printer being shown. Those are not supposed to be shown. I did end up closing it up as I learned with each print. And I'm just printing out my logo here. And again, I just uploaded it into the XTool design space. And then I sent it to be print. Like, I resized it. It did give me a warning, like, you haven't done a calibration. Make sure that you're calibrated properly. And I just hit that good old ignore button. In classic Kelsey fashion, I ignore so many warnings from when I do my Cricut. Because like I said, like, worst case scenario, it just doesn't, the colors don't look good. And because that's what the calibration was all about. It wasn't about the machine running. It was just about, like, the colors. But what's so cool is, so it prints out your colored image, then goes back over everything with the white. And then it's going to go ahead and start baking it in the oven. So it's feeding it right through into the oven. And then the oven automatically shakes that powder right on top. So my husband is standing here staring at it because it's a vertical oven, right? So it's a little confusing. Like, he's like, where does this come out? I don't understand. So it's putting the powder on, and then the DTF print will be shaked, and then it's going to kind of come towards like the back. And then it vertically goes through this oven as it bakes. You can set your temperature of your oven, and then you wait for it to come out the bottom side. So like I said, you can turn off your oven, you can turn off your filter. Just the main top part, that's the printer, is going to stay on so that it can keep that maintenance going. So I did run into a few oven issues. The biggest issue that I've run into this week is that I blew out the power in my entire house. Actually just upstairs, not my entire house, really just my craft room and like my laundry room, which is sort of all on the same power circuit. I should have known better. I was running my dryer, but again, classic Kelsey fashion. I just was like, yeah, let's see what happens. And the fuse blew. I did panic. I really was freaking out. I ended up FaceTiming my husband because I was like, oh my God, I think I broke the printer. But alas, I did not break the printer. I was able to go through the motions, get it back on, get that filter back on. And then I realized that you can manually feed your prints through. Because my biggest fear, not only was it that I broke the printer and the oven, my bigger fear was that I turned it all back on and now I just have this print sitting in this oven. I know I'm just staring at the floor here, but here's my husband trying to find out where the print comes out, and I didn't even know that opened until literally just watching this video. And he is looking for where the print comes out. I was like, it comes out the bottom. So I was so afraid that the print was going to get stuck in that oven, and that oven was just going to continue to cook that print, and that it was going to melt, and then I was going to either have my house set on fire or the printer set on fire, and then it was a big 400-pound useless piece of junk. But alas, I learned you can manually push it through. So there are a lot of different safety features for this. There is a way to access the back. There are things that I need to learn, but that's why I love this process so much, because I'm learning and then I get to share it with you as I'm learning. I know this is an expensive piece of equipment. I know this is not feasible for a lot of people, and I am very, very grateful that I was sent this machine. It's amazing. I mean, if you can and you can afford to invest in this machine and grow your business, it's a one-stop shop. It does all the maintenance for you. It's not like the other machines with the constant cleaning and the constant printing. My prints came out great. My only confusion was, is it have lines on it? Does it not have lines on it? I don't know. But it was baked and ready to go, and then I was able to press it right away. So I just grabbed a blank. I heated up my iron. I'm using the HTV Ront mini press. You can use your clamshell press, whatever you want to do. I had it set to 310. You can probably do lower. I did about 10 to 15 seconds with my Teflon sheet. Then I let it cool before I peeled, and then I went ahead, peeled, and pressed again with that Teflon sheet again. And here is my final first print from my new DTF printer. I am so happy with the way it came out. It really is just an amazing machine and such a great addition to my craft room. So here again are some prints that I've done. This one I pressed a little too low. I made my little tote bag, and then of course you saw me making my logo. And you know what? I think the color on this one was a little bit off, and I want to say it's more because of my logo and not because of the print, but maybe I should print it again and see if it has any changes. But I'm excited to continue to try to use this machine and try different crafts with it. I know I want to make a lot of signs with it, and I want to do a lot of different little projects here and there, koozies. Let me know what you want to see, and drop any comments, questions that you have down below. Thank you for joining me as we went over the XTool DTF Apparel Printer. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for new crafty videos, and share this with one of your friends who was thinking about getting the XTool DTF Apparel Printer. I will see you soon in my craft room, and stay crafty.